Welcome to another daily update here in the Creepy Crawler's Garage, and we've continued work on the scale city that we're building for the run videos we'll be shooting in December. So stick around and check it out. Don't go anywhere. Last update, I had a couple viewers asking for a little more in-depth look at how we built the walls for the Willie's Bar and Grill, including the weathering and the graffiti and just the process on how we built those walls out. So what I thought I'd do is put together a little time lapse for you guys to watch. When we come back, we'll talk about it a little more in depth. The water application paper that I use for the graffiti, to do the graffiti decals, you can get that over at Amazon. So if you want to do your own graffiti, or if you want to do any kind of decals that are wet application, you can use this paper and just print it off using a desktop printer. So I use Photoshop. I did all my art in Photoshop. Then I just printed on the water application decal. And then I use Rust-Oleum's matte finish to clear over top of it. I've had the best luck specifically with this Rust-Oleum matte finish. I give it 3 coats on top of the printed. So I let the print fully dry. Then I give it a single coat, let that fully dry, second coat fully dry, third coat fully dry, and then it's good to go. Now, I will also say it works much better over a light colored background. So when you just print off of a desktop printer on it, the color is very translucent. So you can see the difference between the colored decals that are here on this light tan and that's on the darker gray. See how much muted that color is? That's because a lot of the color is coming through. The background color is going to come through. So keep that in mind. So what I'll do a lot of times, if I'm going to be applying this onto a dark surface, I'll actually put it on some white vinyl, die cut that white vinyl out, and then stick that on whatever it is I'm doing. So just keep that in mind if you want to do this graffiti also. Now you can see we've got a lot more work done on the front of Willie's Bar and Grill here. This is going to be the portion that's removable from the entire building. So I went ahead and finished out that top row of trim like you saw us working on in the little video sequence. I've also started adding some of the little just details, I guess you could say. I don't know if these are speakers or whatever they are, but just little details along with some weathering to go along with that, make it look a little rough, a little bit weathered up. I do want to mention I have decided how we're going to do the front entry. I had a question on that, like what are you going to do for the front entry here? I haven't done it yet. We'll get to see this in the next update. But basically what I've decided to do, because originally I thought about doing lights from the top, which I think we are, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But I think even more so I'm going to do lights from the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I've got some files where I can 3D print. Basically it's just grates, and then I'll do the red acrylic like this. So I'll do acrylic covered in red and then have lights coming from the bottom so that there'll be a kind of a red light coming up. I think that would look really cool. And then the other thing I was going to mention too is I'm thinking about redoing the Willie's Bar and Grill sign. I know what you're already saying. You're putting it in the comments already. Stop making it so hard on yourself. You're never going to finish. But I really want to make it bigger, and I want it to just say Willie's along the top up here. It's going to be up top here. And I wanted to just say Willie's so that is big enough to backlight it. And then what I think I'm going to do is have a sign that hangs out kind of over the street that'll say Bar and Grill, or maybe just bar. That'll be hanging kind of out over the street here. But if I do that, what I can do is backlight the Willie's sign with the black lights, still paint the letters with the glow-in-the-dark paint, but that gives me the spotlights that I won't be using for the sign. So I was thinking about putting the spotlights up under here. I think that's probably what I do. And it's going to be black light. So a lot of this will start kind of glowing under the black light. I'm not sure how I'm going to face them. I don't know if I'll face them just down or maybe back at the door. I'm not sure. But I also I've ordered up, it should be in tomorrow, some security cameras that are going to be going in. So we'll check that out in the next update too. Keep that in mind. There's probably going to be a security camera right in this area that'll be filming everybody as they come in. And we have started to make our first hires for actors, if you will. So we've started to get our first hires, starting with a doorman here for the bar and grill. So I was talking about doing a doorman that for entry and exit. Remember, this is very unsafe. This is an apocalyptic world. A lot of craziness going on. We want our patrons inside the business to be nice and safe. So we have to have people going in and out regulated. So here's our doorman that I think we're going to use. Now, along with that, we also hired 3 more kind of the same style robots here. And what I think these are going to be is basically kind of background in the city. But what I was thinking, and I've talked about, is doing almost like a police force that patrols the city, because we've got the outsiders, we've got some zombie type people so we need some regulation in the city for the city folk. And so I think this is going to be the start of our police force. We've got 3 more hires to kind of wander around the city and patrol. And then one more thing that I just had come in too, what every police force in the future needs. Well, they need drones. So I picked up a drone here. I'm going to test this one out. If it works, I might get a couple more. But I thought it would be cool if when you drive up to the bar and grill and there's a police drone just kind of hovering. So this has an altitude hold setting. So you can put it at a certain altitude and it'll just hold. So basically when we're filming, I could literally just have a drone just hanging out right here, just floating like a police drone. And we can paint these up or whatever to look like have a universal police look to them, I think. But yeah, we could have these drones just kind of hanging out around the city, just floating around, kind of watching what's going on. I thought that would be a cool little detail to have around. Now, like I said, I'm also going to be adding the security cameras. I'm going to be adding a bunch of wiring up here. The way the trim worked out, it kind of doesn't work. It doesn't match up here on the arch. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big fitting on each side, and then I'm going to have big bundles of wire that kind of go across there. We're going to be putting the Willie's sign in up top. This is all for next update, by the way, guys. I'm going to finish all that. I'm going to get and I'm going to connect the fascia for the Willie's sign to this piece, this section we're building here. So when it's pulled out, the sign and everything will come out and it's all in one unit. I think by doing that, that'll give me more room when we have the full bar built. That'll give me more room to get cameras and things like that in that I need to get in, and just to be able to get myself and my hands in there to do the stop motion work with all the different figures. So I am going to connect it up here, and that'll be removable along with the rest of this section. But we're going to start getting that in. We're going to get all this wiring in. We're going to get the security cameras in. We're going to weather up the windows. So these windows are a little too clean for an apocalypse, if you ask me. So we'll start weathering and damaging these windows. I'm going to get the entryway in, and the entryway might spill out to the sidewalk also. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. And as always, guys, if you have any ideas for Willie's Bar and Grill, for the doorman, by the way, these guys already have names. I have hired the other actors that are going to be used. So we've got our hero, Frank is coming, a 12th scale Frank is coming. We've got bad guys coming. Patrons, get ready, because you're going to be naming those guys. These guys, unfortunately, come with names. That's Bovington there. Over here, let me point at him. I can show you. Let's see. This one here is Harry. Let's see if I can read their names. This one here is Maria. This is the future. We're very gender neutral. So we have Maria here in the middle. And then this one right here, that's Eder. They unfortunately come with names, but the other actors that are coming in, or the stop motion characters we're going to be using that are coming in, patrons, get ready, because you guys are the ones that are going to be naming them. Y'all are going to have naming rights to them. So get ready for that. But they won't probably be until next week. I don't believe they don't show up on set till next week. We'll say. But get ready. I just wanted to give the heads up on that. We'll finish off working out the front of this, and then hopefully we can start also working on the entire building itself. Oh, I was going to mention too, this side is going to be our alleyway. So there's going to be fences built in, and that's where the alleyway, all that alleyway set we've been working on, that's where that's going to go. This side, I've already got an idea that there's going to be more buildings that butt right up against this. Because remember, it's a big city. There's just going to be building after building. There's going to be another building that butts up against this. I already have an idea what I think I want to do. Give me your ideas. I know I've already got a ton of ideas. In fact, I should have brought it with me. I've got a list written out of everything you guys have been suggesting. Keep those suggestions coming, because this city, by the way, so this is just one building, I'm trying to remember how wide Willie's. This is 24 inches, if I remember right. Yeah, actually it is. It's 20. So this is 2 foot wide. The entire city block is literally going to be 10 feet. So maybe even over 10 feet. It might be 12, 15 feet long so that we can drive down the city block. So we're going to have a lot of businesses and buildings along the way, along with alleyways. Like there's this alleyway that's going to be here. I'm thinking about putting in a park. I had a great suggestion of having a rundown, dilapidated Apocalyptic park, which I think could be really fun and really cool. And keep in mind, there's going to be 2 sides of the street. So we have to build one side first and then build the other side of the street. We'll have a channel in the middle where a camera can run so that when the cars drive on one side, the camera can follow this way. Or when the cars drive on the other side, the camera can face the other direction and follow the other way. Anyways, the point I mentioned all this is we're going to have a lot of buildings, need a lot of ideas for businesses, different things. We've already had great ones like apartments, hardware stores, grocery stores. We've had great ideas. Just keep them coming. Leave them down in the comment section down below. And let me know what you think about Willie's Bar and Grill so far. Thanks for joining me again here in the garage for another daily update. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, giving it a watch. Thank you so much for all the support. If you'd like to give a little extra support, maybe check out the Patreon page or hit that join button down below and become a channel member. But I really do appreciate you stopping by, giving it a look. Hit that like button if you would. Leave me some comments down below. What do you think we're doing right? What do you think we're doing wrong? Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.